Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. XP Machine, welcome back. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I made a video, I think it was the second video of the My Life is a Mess series, where I talked about how I built a PC that runs Windows XP. I talk about all the specs and information regarding Windows XP and what I did to build this computer in the video called I Built a Computer That Runs XP, I think that's what it's called. I don't know, you can check that. I'm gonna put it in the card, I'm gonna put, you know, the little animation where I have like a short clip of the video in like one of the corners of the screen. It's like standard procedure at this point, so you should know what to expect whenever I allude to a video, but I am going to be alluding to that video because this video is technically sort of kind of the sequel to that one, because we're going to be upgrading this guy. And if the title of the video isn't already, you know, obvious, we're going to be putting an SSD, namely this one. This is a PNY 240 gig solid state drive. This guy right here, nice and tiny. I think originally I have like a 180 gig IDE spinning disk hard drive. I don't remember how fast it is. Why is this such a big deal? Because older computers, namely this one of course, don't actually use SATA for their hard drives. They do not use the SATA interface, they use what's called IDE. Forgot what it's called, but I actually say all that information in the other video. So if you want to watch that video, you can do it after you watch this one or before you watch this one. It's not like this is a television series where you need to know like the lore of one, you know, episode to another. It's really not a big deal. Anyway, so I was on Amazon the other day and I saw this thing. This is a 40-pin IDE to SATA converter. This basically converts an IDE interface into a SATA one. Now, a couple things that I saw when I bought this. This thing was very, very cheap. I think it was $11, which is probably more than anyone should spend on a computer that runs Windows XP. It comes with this Molex splitter. I believe this is Molex 2. This is female to male Molex, and this is also a power for a floppy disk, I want to say. I don't remember exactly what this specific connector is called. What we are going to be using is this guy. Man, this thing is tiny. So this is it. So this is the IDE side. We have the SATA over here. Of course, this is only the data converter. There is no power converter on this thing. So luckily, I actually already have one. This is a Molex to SATA power converter. I don't know if this is going to work. Pretty sure this came with the hard drive because I think I bought the hard drive off of AliExpress. Don't ask me why I did that, but I'm pretty sure it came with this cable. And I also don't know why it did. We're gonna hook it up. We're gonna hook up the SSD into this guy and also to this guy, and we're gonna see if we can get the XP machine to run Windows XP off of a SATA SSD. But first, you guys probably want to know, does it still work? This thing has been sitting in a shed for 2 years or so. I haven't touched it. It's been completely open because for some reason the side panel is what got completely wrecked not long ago, and it is a very old IDE spinning disk hard drive. Let's power it on. I have it plugged in. I have a keyboard and mouse here. I have the monitor set up here. This thing is fun, man. I love Windows XP. You like Windows XP, man? Nickel Pie doesn't like Windows XP. Let's power this thing on. Ooh, that's a loud boy. I actually kind of have to like be able to see it for it to work. It really sucks I can't record the screen of this thing. I need to get like an Elgato or something. Uh-oh, we have a system disk failure. That's not a good thing. This monitor is also filthy. Wow, we have a disk boot failure. Did it die? Is it dead? All right, let's try this again. All right, let's try that one more time. Now I'm kind of upset. I mean, this is sort of the point as to why we're throwing an SSD into this thing. Does it actually see the boot drive? Oh, it doesn't. It does not see the boot drive. Interesting. Okay, let's see if I can actually get it to boot into Windows. If I can't, then I guess we'll just jump straight to actually, you know, throwing the SSD in here and installing Windows XP on it. I do need to re-burn Windows XP onto a disk. I have a bunch of spare disks that I brought here that we're gonna do to do that, because once again, in that video where I talk about building this thing, I had a disk that had Windows XP on it for the installation, and I don't know where it went. Genuinely don't. I don't know if it's in one of the XP laptops that I have, because I've used that disk more than once. I guess I'll have to look for it. I'm gonna fiddle around with this thing for a little bit. I'm gonna see if I can get it to work, but if not, I guess we'll just jump straight to actually installing Windows XP onto this thing, because once again, I don't even know if this thing works. It'd be pretty cool if it did though. It got pretty good reviews on Amazon, so let's hope Amazon wasn't lying to me. All right, so I don't know exactly what happened, but I took out the hard drive. I removed the jumper. The jumper on an IDE drive basically indicates whether it's a master or a slave drive. I took the jumper out, plugged it back in. It was read as a slave drive. I put the jumper back in, and then it read it as the primary drive. So we're gonna let that boot. I think we should be good now. I hope. I really, really hope so. Oh, we skipped the drive verification. Oh, I think we got it. There we go. Windows XP. We got it, boys. That's like so nostalgic. Nostalgic. I love Windows XP, man. And here we are, right back where we started, basically. So this is the homepage. We have a couple games installed. We have Half-Life, Doom. We have Microsoft Office 2003 installed, I think. There's the desktop. At least the hard drive still works. That's pretty cool. But now, first things first is we actually have to see if this will be read by the computer. Let's do that now, shall we? The system has recovered from a serious error. What am I gonna do? Send it to them? I'm gonna send them, I'm gonna tell them, oh god, it's broken. Oh geez, it's broken. All right, so let's remove the hard drive from here. Normally, if you don't indicate with jumpers the pins to basically specify whether the drive is a primary or secondary or slave, it'll just default to slave. Be happy that normal SATA interfaces, wow, that was dusty. That SATA interfaces are so much better when it comes to stuff like that. The thing that I'm most afraid of is this adapter here, this Molex to SATA power adapter. It looks so freaking jank, and I'm a little afraid. So I'm afraid it doesn't work, but I'm also afraid it's gonna fry the SSD, which is fine because this SSD was probably like $20. Guess we'll find out. There's our Molex connection right there. So what's weird about this guy is this guy plugs directly into here, but it actually doesn't connect via a cable. It plugs directly onto the interface directly on the motherboard. Let's see if we can figure this out. It looks really small, but that's just because the pins are a lot smaller than the casing for it. I need a light in here. Wow, this is like not going in. It's scaring me just a little bit. Oh, I think we're in. Okay, yep, I think we're in. All right, I believe this thing came with a SATA cable. So let's take this SATA cable, plug it in there. I think this drive currently has Windows 10 on it, and that'd be really funny if it booted to Windows 10. Probably should have plugged in the SATA cable before I plugged this into the motherboard, but hey, it just be like that. That was actually way easier than I thought it was gonna be. Okay, so now we have this guy, which is gonna go into our SSD. We have our Molex over here that hopefully plugs in smoothly, nice and smoothly, please, thank you. And this is gonna plug right into our SSD as well. There's just so much about this that's just screaming this is probably not gonna work. That's what I'm kind of afraid of. All right, let's reset this computer back up and see if this works, because I have my doubts. I really, really do. So it's already set up. The closer and closer that we get to actually turning this thing on with the SSD in it, the more doubts I have about this actually working. So let's get that booted up. Oh man, dude, it's like a blood-curdling squeal coming from the computer. Ooh, so we're not seeing any drives right off the bat. So I brought a SATA to USB so I could make sure that the drive actually still works and isn't dead on my laptop. I think that's what we're gonna do. Make sure I'm gonna do a couple more test boots to see if we can get it to work. But yeah, there's just so much jank that I honestly don't know if this is gonna work without having something else either power the drive or something like that. So we're gonna plug the drive in. We're gonna make sure it's not completely dead right now. I'll get back to you. All right, so the drive is read just fine when I plug it into my laptop. So it's good that my drive didn't explode. My hypothesis, actually, something that I completely neglected to even put into consideration, is because this drive is running Windows 10, it's actually formatted into NTFS. I actually made a very similar problem when I originally started working on this guy, and I wanted to take files from Windows 10 and move them over using a flash drive. Unfortunately, because Windows XP can't read NTFS, so it seems that this statement is actually only half correct. Windows XP can read the NTFS file system, but it can only read it for mass storage such as hard drives, whereas flash drives back in the day weren't as big and could only be read in FAT32, or in this case, exFAT. Probably why I had such a problem using a flash drive format with NTFS when transferring files over from Windows 10 to Windows XP back in the video previous to this one. Or it could have been due to the limitations of USB at the time. I actually have to format the entire drive as exFAT. Hopefully it should be able to be read by this guy. I don't know if we can actually format it into FAT32, because right now Windows is only letting me do exFAT, so we'll see how that goes. All right, so I formatted the drive with exFAT, so let's give it a boot and let's see if this guy is actually gonna work. Once again, I genuinely do have my doubts, and nothing, still nothing. That is not good. Oh man. Now at this point, we have what? 2 points of failure or possible failure. Our first point of failure is obviously going to be our IDE to SATA converter. So if that thing just doesn't work or doesn't have a good connection on the board, it's not going to work. Second point of failure, which I think is the issue, is our Molex to power, SATA power adapter. So if one of those things doesn't work, then we are boned. This is a bad thing. Power, oh my god. That's what this is for. Never mind, I'm a freaking idiot. I am a dumb poopy boy. This converter right here, can they see that? This converter is to convert the Molex to the 4-pin. This 4-pin needs to power the adapter. That is completely my bad. Luckily, we actually have a 4-pin built right into the power supply, so we should be able to power the adapter. Man, I didn't even take that into consideration, if I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Okay, we have that in. Let's do this. Maybe if I wasn't like completely stupid, this would just be better, you know? I don't think it came with any instructions either, so I don't feel nearly as bad. It's there. It sees it. Oh my god. Dude. So it's being read as the secondary master, which I think is fine. I think that should be fine. We probably just have the adapter plugged into the wrong IDE port. Wow, I can't believe that worked. Okay. All right, I guess now we're gonna have to find a copy of Windows XP, install Windows XP, and see how Windows XP fares on a solid state drive, right? This is so freaking sick. This is exciting. I'm like tingling right now. All right, so I have Windows XP burned onto a disk. This time the disk is blue. That's pretty cool, right? I think the last time the disk was black, it was like a PS1 disk. All right, that was scary. Anyway, we have this IDE disk drive that I had to, you're probably wondering why it looks like this. I think I also explained that in the other video. Anyway, it's completely functional. I actually haven't used it, so I don't know if it's functional. We're gonna throw it into the desktop and install Windows XP onto a solid state drive. So let's do that now. A couple of things that I'm wondering is, so the install time and the boot time, I wonder if that's actually going to improve or if the IDE interface is just too slow even for the hard drive that's already in it. So let's see, we might be doing a boot test to see which one is faster. So let's plug in the disk drive and see what happens, shall we? All right, we have the disk drive plugged in. I'm just gonna take off this little cap so the disk can go on top and throw that cap back on. All right, let's boot it. Hopefully it sees the disk drive. That'd be really, really cool if it did. This is probably the most experimental thing I've ever done in this channel so far, which is kind of cool. Now it's seeing none of the drives. This is neat. Oh man, you know what it might be? Because I have both the disk drive and the SSD both on the same Molex line, it might be too much. I have no idea how much power Molex outputs, so I'm gonna change that and see what happens. There is another Molex in here, right? Let's try that. Oh, we have a light on the hard drive, on the disk drive this time, so I think we're good. Nope, still saying that there's no drives. Interesting. Okay, what if I assign the disk drive as a slave? Because I don't have it, I have it defaulted right now, but I might have to assign it as a slave for this to work. All right, let's unplug it and see if it, actually, you know what, let me take out the jumper for that. I have a secondary toolkit. So that is a jumper. I just dropped it. Now that that's out, let's see if I boot it without that plugged in. Let's see if the SSD will actually pop up. The SSD pops up. Let's try plugging this back in then. Either that or I'll have to plug it in as a secondary. Kind of sucks I can't just have it like on the table. Yeah, it'd be like that. There we go. Now we have the CD-ROM on here. Let's see if it'll boot straight to the Windows XP installer, because that would be pretty cool. Remove disks or other media. Press any key to boot from a CD. I'm gonna sort of sit over here. Windows setup. I'm gonna go over here. All right, so it's loading the files. We have the Windows setup. We also have disk spin up there. This is really, it's like clicking and I don't like it. It's loading everything, which is good. I think I got Service Pack 3. Ooh. Okay, so the camera died, and now it's 1 a.m. So we have a partition. This partition is the SSD, which is awesome. So we're not gonna have an issue with the Windows XP setup. And Windows XP can use NTFS. These both say the same exact thing, but one of them says quick. Gotta love those sounds coming from gotta love the screaming. It is professional, so that's pretty cool. It's not like I'm gonna use it every single day, but that's still pretty cool, right? That's an idea. Using Windows XP for like a week straight. Only Windows XP. I think this is 32-bit, so we would be crippled in that aspect. Now we're just gonna wait for it to copy the files and actually begin the setup process. Yeah, just get the screen actually, just get the screen. Please wait while the setup initializes your Windows XP configuration. Restarting computer. I'm not very big brain. Boop. Oh, here we go, boys. Yo. And here we are at the Windows XP setup. Ooh, an exciting new look. Windows XP makes it easier to switch between programs. Aww, I was reading that. I can't read that fast. So this saying setup will complete in approximately 39 minutes. I'm pretty sure it says that no matter how, like what medium you use to install Windows, because even on a standard spinning disk hard drive, it's never actually been that slow. I don't actually think it's gonna take that long, but we'll see. Actually, you know what? Let's throw a timer on there. Yeah, sure, we'll throw a stopwatch. There we go. Your computer will be faster and more reliable. God, I miss Windows XP. I can't exactly say that I miss it, because I'm quite literally installing it, like as we speak. Onto a solid state drive, no less. Yo, idea. We install Windows XP onto my gaming PC, and then I did a video on it. Oh boy. Regional and language options. You can customize Windows XP for different regions and languages. Well, don't mind if I do. Wow, that's a lot of money. Is that mine? Long date, Tuesday, January 1st, 2002. Man, the very reason that I'm able to read what's on the screen right now should indicate that this date is incorrect. Can we fix this? Can I not? Hello? Wow, that's a scroll if I've ever seen it. Can I not change the date? I'll just change the date later. It's fine. Yeah, that's also fine. Next. Ooh, my name. My organization is called Oh God, I'm in Pain. Computer name, yes. There we go. Okay, so it is certainly not Tuesday, January 1st, 2002. Do I have to just... For real though? It's okay, we're almost... Hold on. I think I got this. Ooh, this like hurts. We're almost there, guys. Okay, no, went too far. And it's currently 132. Nope, let's say 33. Actually, let's say 3250. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. And it's we're gonna leave the default time zone there. It's just so no one knows where we live. I'm gonna put the timer back on. It's been 7 minutes. No, this computer is not on a network or is on network without a domain. Makes computer no. All right. Now it says 29 minutes left. They didn't do any math for this. They were just like, hey, what's a good number to put as like the amount of time it would take to like install an operating system? And some guy straight up came out and was like, 39 minutes. Okay. The minutes are going down, but as seconds instead of minutes. Let us appreciate the jank that is this computer right now, because it's just really good, man. Oh my God, we're saving the settings. 9 minutes left on the clock. It's only 12 minutes have passed. I think we're making good time. I'm so upset. I just bonked myself on the ceiling. 1 minute. Oh, and that's it, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. 14 minutes and 59 seconds to install Windows XP. Oh, ooh, okay. Wow. Oh, that was a cool animation. Welcome to Windows XP. Wow, what should I do next? It's like, are you being stupid? Click the next. Would I like to register with Microsoft? Absolutely. Who'll use this computer? My name is Slipisnull, my legal name. Then we have my brother, Slip is Dull. Then we have Nickel Pie, and then we have Old Nickel Pie 24, and then we have Slip Slider 24. Beautiful. You just going that way. All right. Yeah, sure. Okay. Thank you. Congratulations. You're ready to go. I can't wait. Wow, look at all of these accounts. Let's go to mine. The pink flower. Applying my personal settings. It already knows that, apparently. Alright, so now that Windows XP is successfully installed, I would like to install Office Professional Edition 2003, which I actually have right here. So, so let's do that. Ooh, Business Contact Manager for Office Outlook 2003. That's gonna be a no from me, Chief. Alright, so now that Windows XP is successfully installed, I think, man, that's not supposed to happen. Alright, let's take this out. Alright. let's put in our Office Professional Edition 2003. Look at that, it's so shiny. I'm gonna close it and then very, very quickly throw this on it. Ooh, that was really quick. So now that that's doing that, ooh, it already boots up for us. The installation files are being copied to your computer. Ah, slip is null. My initials are SIN for the organization, oh God. Ah, install Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, Publisher, and Access. Unfortunately, you can't get Steam anymore for Windows XP. Can I give him a hat? I can give him a hat. He's so cute. Let's fill this in. Oh, yes. Oh, it's so good. Wait a minute. Ah, set as desktop background. Oh, I'm such an awful person. Oh, this is so cursed. What else can we do? Just some basic Minesweeper. Okay. So we now have Office installed and paste them here. Beautiful. It's been real. God damn, I want to activate the software over the internet. I'd really rather not. Yeah, I'm gonna be right back. All right, so it's already 2:42 in the morning. I've been doing this for about an hour now, but hey, we have Half-Life installed. Oh, I have it right here. We have CPU-Z here, and if we want to take a look at the specifications, I can go over it again. So for our CPU, we have an AMD Athlon XP 2200 Plus. It's a 1-core, 1-thread. Looks like it's a clock speed of 1.8 gigahertz. The memory, we have 1 gig of DDR. The graphics card doesn't actually specify, but I was able to figure out that it was an AMD. I'm sorry, it was not an AMD, it was an ATI Radeon 7500. So I believe it has 64 megs of video memory. So I thought we'd give Half-Life a try. Let's get started here. I mean, it runs fine, all things considered. Excuse me, sir. Is this the wrong way? Yeah, it's lagging a little bit, but hey, it's a lot better now than what it was. But yeah, I've definitely seen some improvements with the SSD, which is pretty dope. However, the big thing that I wanted to show you guys is the startup times. So I'm gonna have the startup times show on screen. We're gonna have the left side be Windows XP booting on the hard drive, and the right side is going to be Windows XP booting on the solid state drive. And I haven't exactly done this yet, but judging, like eyeballing it, I can already tell it's a huge improvement as far as booting times goes. It's actually kind of ridiculous. So yeah, that's Windows XP on a solid state drive. I'm tired, Nick's tired, it's 2 in the morning. Nick and I don't get paid enough for this. So, yeah, I mean, this has been an accomplishment. This is probably one of the coolest things that I've personally ever done. Because I'm, you know, not a very interesting... Oh yeah, this version of Half-Life is like before they added all the physics stuff into it. So I think this is actually the version of Half-Life that was on Gold Source. That's pretty cool. So, if you want to zoom out. So you can kind of get... Can you see me just fine? All right, so this has been a fairly interesting experiment to do. This is like the jankiest thing I've ever done, but this has been pretty fun, all things considered. I love messing around with Windows XP. We have Office installed. This, honestly, if I'm going to be honest with you, most of my videos don't go nearly as smooth as this one. This video was definitely one of the smoother ones as far as getting everything to work, and judging by just the experimental aspect of this video, I am very surprised that we were just able to get Windows XP to work. So yeah, if you guys haven't seen the video on where I actually show this computer specifically for the first time, you can check it out in the cards, and it's also in the playlist that I have with all of the My Life is a Mess videos. If you guys want to check us out on Instagram, @SlipIsNull, I post a bunch of pictures on there regarding behind the scenes, updates, and videos being uploaded, new thumbnails, and I usually post when a new video is going up. If you haven't watched the latest update video, we are now going to be uploading videos every single Saturday at noon. I don't know how long that's going to last for. And make sure to also follow me on Twitch, ExtinguishmyFelicity, and of course, don't forget to follow and subscribe to Nick on YouTube. That would be Nickel Pie. Thank you all for watching. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm gonna pack up because this place is a mess. I'm thirsty and I would like to go to sleep.